Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We're back down here in one of my favorite places on earth, South Carolina. It is rifle season. Some of you guys that might be out west and maybe up north, you guys are not used to having a very early rifle season. To be honest with you, it's a little different for me. My dad's been coming down here to South Carolina hunting for a long time. And I've just recently started coming down probably 2 or 3 years ago. And it's just absolutely amazing. These deer rut down here the middle to the end of October. And they'll rut all the way through January. This weekend, we've got a cold front coming through. It's gonna be the coldest day of the year so far. It's actually gonna get down to right around 35, so right above freezing. And these deer, usually when they hit that 40 degree mark, these bucks are in full swing, chasing does, running around like crazy, and they're feeling it. There's been some good deer filmed down here at the spot where I'm at. I've killed some good deer and let a couple good deer walk this year. The bad news though, guys, the buck that I was hunting did get shot this week. It's very unfortunate. Just one of them things you gotta hold your head high and congratulate the guy that shot him. And he was a good deer, and I wish I would have got him, but it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But there's a lot of good deer on this property. These bucks are up pushing does around. The acorns are on the ground, so they're gonna be pushing through the hardwoods, which is what I'm gonna be hunting tonight. So on my way down there now. It's about 4 o'clock. Start seeing deer about 5 o'clock. So gotta get moving, gotta get set up, let everything die down. Hopefully I get lucky, put a big buck on the ground tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. All right, guys. Get you over here where you can see me. Just a absolutely beautiful afternoon here in South Carolina. Little crisp breeze in the air. It's about 60 degrees right now. Maybe a little cooler. It might be closer to the high 50s. Just beautiful, guys. Can't ask for anything better. Got the Remington Model 700 in a .308 caliber for this weekend's hunt. I've never killed a deer with this gun. Got the Blue Jays hollering. Never killed a deer with this gun. If you guys haven't been keeping up with the channel, I built this gun a while back in the spring of the year. Just a budget .308, extremely accurate gun, and an absolutely gorgeous gun as well. Topped off with a Vortex 4x12x50 Crossfire 2 scope. Extremely clear glass, absolutely love it. Link to all this stuff will be in the description below. It's 423, got everything set up that I need to have set up. Got the Remington loaded. So now the only thing I can do is wait and hope that a big old Mucho Grande, I think that's how you say it, my Spanish is not good, just a big old donkey deer is gonna come through this afternoon. So we'll see what happens, guys. Guys, it's right at 6 o'clock. Typically at 6 o'clock I go ahead and get my gun off the hanger, put it in my lap, and literally as soon as I got my gun off the rack and put it in my lap and got situated, I look up and all I see is the hindquarters of a deer walking through. It's not really a shooting lane, it's just a hole that I've got that I can see a pretty good ways. And it's walking from my left, going to my right, which is kind of funny because that's kind of the opposite direction of where these deer typically come from. With that deer doing that, I almost think, I didn't get a good look at it, but that almost makes me think that it was a buck. Because a lot of times those bucks, if they're feeling the rut, and maybe those does ain't quite feeling it, a lot of times they'll cruise through the bedding area and try to push them does up off their bed, try to get them moving. Which the good thing is, if that's what's happening, and he pushes a doe up off her bed, she's probably going to come this way. And hopefully, if that's the deer that we're after, hopefully he'll be right behind her. That right there was pretty cool. That was a dang stud 7-pointer. At 1 point short. I could hear this deer coming up the hill. And then I seen him step out. As soon as I seen him step out, I went ahead and got my binoculars on him and immediately knew he was a good deer. But man, he came in. He came in on my downwind side. And I thought for sure he had busted me right there. I wasn't moving, so I think that's the only reason why. But he was looking dead at me. And then he just turned and went about his business. I've never seen that deer before. love about hunting. It's what I love about hunting this time of year. Man, that deer had, I don't know if he had me pegged or what it was. I grunted a couple times earlier before the deer came up. That may have been why that deer was so alert. But I just think that deer smelled me is all. He never blew. He was just on a dang mission. It's good though. The big bucks are up and moving. That's awesome. That's what the heck you come out here for. I'm shaking still. Wasn't even a buck I could shoot, but I'm freaking shaking like a leaf. Oh well. Let's hope one bigger comes. Well, the weatherman got it right for the first time in a while. I had my doubts. Weatherman was saying that it was supposed to be 40 degrees this morning, and it was 70 degrees yesterday afternoon when I got out of the woods. So I had some doubts that it was going to drop almost 30 degrees in less than 12 hours. But it did. And coming into the weekend, I knew I had some bad news. That one of the deer that I'd been hunting had gotten shot Monday night. So I hadn't really had any pictures of any other decent deer. So I came down, checked the trail camera anyways, just to see what was moving through. And actually had on Tuesday, I actually had a very nice 8-pointer standing in the middle of the trail camera at 8:30 in the morning. And then he came back on Wednesday and did the same thing. Last night he got shot. Not by me. Congratulations to the guy that shot him. It's an awesome buck. It seems like I can't win for losing this year. I got lucky back in North Carolina with a big 6-point, but this year in South Carolina we've had some decent deer on camera. Not a lot of pictures, but 1 or 2 pictures of decent deer. And we're all over them. We just can't seal the deal. And sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. Nothing really you can do about that. Hopefully I get lucky, man. I need Lady Luck on my side this morning. Also, I've got a very, very smart doe in here that is by herself that busts me almost every time I come in here and hunt. And if she messes up, she will be assassinated this morning. So, there is that. See if I can get it done. Well guys, the wind hasn't let up any at all. Had one deer blow back over my right shoulder, but that's just very rarely those deer come from there. That's just one of the things with the way that the wind is blowing this morning. Just right over my right shoulder, which is, for this spot, you just can't get any more perfect of a wind than that. And like I said, the majority of the deer that I have come from about my 2 o'clock up, or they come from my 11 o'clock all the way around to my, I guess, my 7 o'clock. And that range there to my left is typically where I see the majority of the deer. And you know, the wind's coming from where the deer is supposed to be coming from. So I mean, that's just luck of the draw that whatever that deer was blowing. The good news is it was down in the bottom. There's a ridge, kind of a gully that runs all the way up past me, and that deer was off down in that bottom. So even with it blowing with the wind and stuff, I don't think it messed anything up. If it had been deathly quiet like it has been the past couple of times I've hunted, and maybe been up on top of the ridge, I'd have been a little concerned. But it's probably just a big old doe. Honestly, it's probably the doe that I'm trying to shoot out of here. It seems like every time I come down here, there's a doe that busts me somewhere, whether I see them or not. Oof, got a little nip in the air. Well, guys, that is it for this morning. The wind has picked up and is blowing a lot harder than what it was probably 30 minutes ago. So I think with this wind being up, I think it's pretty much shut the deer movement down. So only thing I know to do is I'm going to pull out of this spot. I'm going to let this spot set for the rest of the week, and maybe on through next weekend. I know the 2 big deer that got shot, they were shot out of food plots. So I don't know if maybe we had a bad acorn crop this year, and maybe the little bit of acorns that were dropping here, once they got ate up, maybe these deer are looking for other food sources. But right now I've got to change it up. So I'm going to regroup this afternoon, get back in the stand in a different location. Don't know exactly where yet I'm going to be at, but we'll see what happens, guys. But I'm going to go ahead and end today's video today at this hunt. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching Southern Extreme TV. It means the absolute world. If you guys enjoy this stuff, drop a comment down below. You know, if you like hanging out and kind of just hunting, even though it's not successful all the time. If you enjoy it, drop a comment, hit the like button, share, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Right here towards the end of the video, there's going to be a subscribe button that's going to pop up in that top left corner. And I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers, so I can't do it without you guys. And it means the world that you guys are taking your time out of your day to spend it with me and hang out. So see you guys this afternoon. Thanks for watching. Hopefully